Yep.
Traveling to Numbani.
All right, thanks, Eminence. And there we have it, the three maps, Numbani first of all. And this is going to be the first Numbani of the day. So what do you think, Dux? Do you know anything about these two teams?
I'm kind of familiar with Lioncraft of Team Absolute. He used to be part of Mineski Overwatch for a bit before leaving for Thailand, and he's a pretty good tank player. Beyond that, I don't really know much about these two teams.
So I heard that Absolute was a really strong teams. They have they feature like a mixed roster, but I think it's a mainly Korean roster from what I heard. I could be wrong, and they are a really strong team with high SR that works. So on the side of Falling Star, I don't really see them in the Scream circuit much. But so they might be a new team. They might be a group of friends. We had like that group of friends, Team China, just now. A group of friends playing, I think, a group of friends playing Overwatch. Maybe started to train, but I think relatively inexperienced compared to the top teams in Asia. So I believe we do have something similar here. But I don't know. Your thoughts on this map?
I just think it's always a good opportunity for anyone to register in tournaments like this, whether it be a group of friends or a proper team, so we can see the proper potential of Falling Star here against a pretty strong team of Team Absolute.
Absolutely, yeah. I think that the most of the weaker teams, they can take this as a learning experience. So, you lose, but like I said in the previous map that the newer teams, even the experienced teams right now, the top teams right now, they lose a couple of games before they actually get into their group. So looking at the team composition right now, we do have a dive com on both sides, but there is a slight difference. On one side, on Absolute side, we have a Bastion attack. Okay, no, we're gonna switch. All right, it's gonna be Tracer, Pharah, and of course, the Pharmercy on defense. That's very interesting. You normally don't play a Pharmercy on defense, but yeah, okay, interesting.
It's probably
choice.
a comfort pick for the two for Falling Star rather here on the defense. They want to be flanking around on the sides. They want to do some pokes, and looks like Absolute does have the same idea, also running the Pharmercy as well with the dive.
And yep, and we will see them start in out of the gate. So definitely a very aggressive com. It looks like a very aggressive com on the side of Absolute. This is the com that they want to get in hard. They want to pressure the point with their Tracer and control huge amount of space with Pharmercy in the air and Tracer on the ground.
Yeah, so here we do see Lioncraft now coming in from the center, jumping in onto the Zenyatta quite quickly. Ferrytoon is forced to the bottom part, and this actually is an opening for Absolute jump in onto the point. And Ferrytoon does fall to Lioncraft, and here we do see unengaged here. A DMEC comes out onto Raishin. See, and even the Winston does fall, so Absolute is actually dominating this fight. We do see some kills going the way of Absolute here. Oh, there is a resurrect onto the Winston, and Robin Max with the kill there onto the Mercy. Super solid defense now so far from Team Falling Star. So what do you think?
Pretty interesting right here. Pretty close mid fight. Like imagine Pulse Bomb onto Becky, and Becky gets taken a great Pulse Bomb there by Adelaide. And a counter pick, Adela is going to get traded out by Chronos. And the fight actually, that was actually a really long fight. It's now 3 minutes, and while Absolute did cap the point there, and I gotta say that was pretty decent defense, a pretty good fight put out by, and we do see Raishin on the point.
The DMEC immediately though for Raishin, he's gonna be struggling to actually fight there and gets taken down. But Rowan Max is actually getting some free shots onto the top part. He's on the second floor, but really do see Lioncraft now jumping in with the D.Va of Absolute, and Absolute is able to capture the payload in such a good engagement there, spotting out the Soldier 76, getting those free hits.
I think that's going to be a bit of a stagger coming up on the side of Falling Star, because Kronos is still alive. Is he going to survive?
No,
he gets taken out, so that's going to be a huge stagger. So Numbani is really interesting because you actually can get off like 2 fights right here if you fight very rapidly, if you go for a quick engage as the thing is turning, as the payload is turning around the bend. Because of that stagger, they might only have 1 fight left.
And the Muddy just have to go for it if you really want to get the second fight. If you stay like this, what Falling Star is gonna do, they might have to play on the point, but a quick pick there onto the fire and to the Mercy. The Pharmercy is taken down by Round Max. The Soldier 76 actually been such a good player here for Falling Star, but there's a pulse bomb and it does not connect. So here comes an engagement now from Falling Star because they know there is no aerial potential from Absolute right there, and this is gonna be engagement onto the payload. Winston out looping around in prior rage mode. Banky gets taken down by Adila rather, and now there is a sudden shock from both teams. Mishu gets the kill there onto the Baby D.Va, and Rocket Barrage coming out from Tamper, tampering all expectations here. In the meantime, Kronos with his own barrage right there, getting
Robin Max and Kronos has been playing so well. Robin Max was playing on the high ground, forced the Pharmercy to pay attention to him, and as he dropped away from the high ground, and when he was disengaging, he actually landed a Helix when he was in the air. He killed the Zen, firing at the Zen when he was in the air. So great mechanical play there by Robin Max and Kronos, gonna stop Absolute in their track and force Absolute to reset.
You could say Kronos was just in time with that Rocket Barrage right there. And now we do see Absolute just coming back onto the payload, trying to push it right there. The two tanks of Falling Star are in the front, and here comes the dive. There is a post-bomb stick onto Robin Max, and this is going to be engagement here.
You have to contest, the payload is still moving.
No, the payload is still moving, you're right.
On the point. You have to take
no! Falling Star a little too distracted there by that engage from Absolute. Absolute playing very well there, just pushing the payload, playing very objective. So guys, you always have to realize where the payload is at all times. You always want someone to be contesting the push. So now what can Falling Star...
I don't know, that didn't really look good for Falling Star, because Fairy Tune, they used Transcendence hoping to get the store onto the payload. So yeah, we will see through the replay exactly what happened. But anyway, the payload's going to continue moving, and they will have one last fight. Hooks gets thrown out. Kronos use Hook and doesn't get anything out of it. The engage goes down from Absolute. Counter dives coming out from Banksy, but it's going to be a pretty one-sided trade.
The tactical advice though coming out from Robin Max. So Robin using the trees as cover. Very interesting play there. But the D.Va of Mishu spots him out immediately with the defense matrix. Here comes the self-destruct here. And a sound barrier for Absolute. But looks like they're getting the kills they need. And the payload is just pushed in to the last point as Robin Max does fall to Lioncraft in the end.
One of the things about playing a Lucio and Zen, one of the advantage about playing a Lucio and Zen comp is that you have two defensive ultimates, and because both Zenyatas used their Transcendence in the second last point, it was literally a sound barrier versus a Valkyrie, and even then the Falling Star's Mercy, I think it was Fairy Tune, didn't manage to use her Valkyrie. So it was literally a sound barrier aided push onto nothing, right? They had no defensive out. The Falling Star had no defensive out against that. So I think the key point of their weakness all came from, or the root of the cause of that poor defense was because of that Transcendence usage, that Transcendence Cloud9 usage, where they used the defensive out but got no value out of it.
Yeah, because they had to engage on the top part. The Zenyatta of the defense couldn't go down to actually contest. Everyone was engaging in the third floor rather, technically, of the Numbani second point. And the Insta C9 there for the second checkpoint gets Absolute the very steamrolly push. They're just snowballing out of control there. And at the last part, Lioncraft with the engage onto the Soldier 76, who was tactical visored. The soldier was way too far to even be damage boosted or heal boosted by the Valkyrie. So very good isolation play there from Absolute.
I gotta say though, Falling Star is putting up a pretty decent defense. I'll be honest here, right? I value honesty above everything else, and I thought this was going to be a one-sided steamroll by Absolute, but I feel that Falling Star is playing pretty well. They're getting their basics down pat. Yes, they're not very efficient in their execution, but maybe they will de-rust, right? Perhaps they will play better as the map goes. I thought they've made a few great plays there, especially by Kronos and Robin Max.
Yeah, the DPS players of Falling Star have been quite impressive. Maybe a little communication here and there with the objective may do wonders for the team. So it looks like Falling Star is going to run the Fire of Mercy and the Genji. So Cyborg Ninja will be here on Numbani.
There will be definitely a lot more verticality, a lot more abuse of verticality space here, because you're not running a Tracer, you're playing a Genji, so you can actually follow the tanks onto their dive. And if you're playing a Tracer, you can't do that. You have to pressure the point. You're more of like a tank strider, more of a recon unit on Numbani. But when you play a Genji, you actually can follow the tank and you can poke, you can Dragon Blade. It makes your vertical dive a lot more strong.
The wall climb is the key here, and looks like there is a dive coming in from Falling Star, focusing first onto the McCree of Tamper. Tamper even gets the health back rather, and it's going to be a 1v1 in the clothing store as Robin gets the kill. In the meantime though, the Pharah and the D.Va have been taken down by Absolute, and we do see Ferrituna has been booked to the side of the spawn. This is a very bad position here for the Zenyatta, just being bullied around by the D.Va, but they are doing so much damage. Kronos was resurrected up, and he cannot apply pressure once again from the backline. looks like Falling Star has gotten into the two supports of Absolute. Robin Max getting a kill onto two. The Tracer Bomb is there, but Adele doesn't actually get anyone, and Falling Star will fall onto the point.
Such beautiful play by Robin Max here. Robin Max was so on point with the follow-up, and one of the key reason why they wrapped the point so fast was because the main tank, Lioncraft, fell first. And when the Winston falls, it's a lot harder to make a counter dive. It's a lot harder to, you know, rally your defense and catch and defend for that point. So great play there by Genji, great follow-up, and of course great punish and great target on Lioncraft there.
I would also like to point out Pikmi's resurrect there of Chronos, giving them the backline damage that Ferrytoon was still protected in that engagement, and now we do see another re-engagement here. Ferrytoon being beaten up, but Adela with the kill onto Chronos. The Tracer playing really good, doing some backline shenanigans, and looks like Absolute is gonna push in. Transcendence has been forced out by Ferrytoon, and Robin Max with his Dragon Blade as well. Transcendence now from the Zenyatta of Red Team. There is self-destruct from Mishu, however, does not get anyone. And this is what you were talking about, John. This is going to be the first engagement here on Numbani. This corner is one of the first parts you can actually engage in front of their spawn.
And I think we will be keeping an eye out for Chronos here, because Robin doesn't have his Dragon Blade, yes, but we have another influential DPS on the side of Falling Star. That's Chronos, the man with no time, or maybe the man with too much time. So while they do have Sound Barrier isn't always sufficient enough to stop a really good barrage. So let's keep an eye out for Chronos, and let's see how Chronos play around.
And looks like it's time for the rocket barrage, but we do see the Zenyatta get a kill. Revive now coming out from Pikmi, and Chronos is given another chance for some time to get some kills, but Absolute is just going in for those kills. Instead, Ferrytoon and Banky Biki have fallen, and looks like we might see a Falling Star reset here, as Robin Max is the only one left, and he has to retreat back into the Clothing Store.
One of the things we have to keep an eye out for is how much we're gonna let's look at the replay. Let's look at what happens in the previous fight. But one of the things we have to keep in mind here is how fast a Genji can charge his blade against the enemy Zen's Transcendence. Because if you can't force out the trance, for example, if you don't force out the trance, then you literally will always get countered. Your blade is always going to get countered by the trance. So they have to dive the Zen first. They need to force the trance, then they use the blade.
In the meantime, though, Banky Biki already forcing out an engagement with the Primal Rage. There is a Valkyrie as well from Pikmi, but he's too late to actually get the Winston back up. Maybe he's gonna go for the Resurrect. Yes, he is. Lioncraft is there, though, to go for the Mercy. In the meantime, the payload is being pushed. A very good engagement here from Falling Star. Robin Max now with the Dragon Blade gets the two supports, gets the Widowmaker as well. Lioncraft trying to go engage on the Genji, but the Genji just cuts up the Winston into bits. Mishu with a desperation self-destruct. It still gets two though, but in the meantime, it might not be enough. Raishisi with the kill. Oh, Adela is there to do some clutch movements, getting the pulse bomb onto Robin Max and to the mech. So Absolute has been absolutely amazing here with those clutch plays.
No,
but Suffer with the headshot as well. And how did Absolute do that? The self-destruct and the pulse bomb were so key in that re-engage, in that re-push. And now Lioncraft popping the Prime Rage, and Falling Star has to go back.
That was literally a 2 versus 1, 2 versus 4. That's literally just D.Va Bomb and Tracer literally held the point all the way. Let's take a look at the fight once again. We're gonna have the replay run. Let's take a look at what happened in the previous fight. But that was absolutely insane. Adele and D.Va played so well together. Nothing sort of perfect play, perfect pulse bomb by both Tracer and D.Va would have stopped the attacking push from Falling Star there. So really kudos to Adele. Great mechanical play there.
But due to that really clutch play, Adele now with the pulse bomb gets Chronos. I was saying that the Absolute had less ultimates, but looks like they're actually gonna go for it. They're going for the engage before Falling Star can fall onto the payload. Ferrytoon with a slightly late Transcendence there doesn't keep the mech up, but Robin Max now with the Dragon Blade, Chronos with the barrage as well. So the DPS are doing work here for Falling Star, but it might not be enough to tanks now going back to the backline, and Falling Star will start their push once again.
So we do see here, while the Adele did get the pulse bomb, this was a pretty prolonged fight. So when you have prolonged fight like this is Pharmacy Haven, right? Pharmacy is a poke comp. Pharmacy can poke all day, every day with the Pharah. Dude!
Robin Max just going in for it because he was stuck anyway. He just went to Adela, then Ella didn't have any blinks. In the meantime, though, Fireworks on the point and gets the Zenyatta. The Lucio falls as well for Absolute. There's another self-destruct. Will be a clutch as last time. No, Mishu does not pull off another magic trick. So the Tanks now trying to engage here on the point. There is a Valkyrie now from Pikmi picking up everyone. Oh, Tamper falls to the switch strike there from Robin Max. Adela though doing some work once again. The Tracer might pull out some magic here at Robin Max doing Genji things, just slicing everyone into bits and pieces. But Pikmi is there for those resurrects, so Absolute really needs to be on point with those resurrects to punish them. In the meantime,
they'll try and try, but not gonna get it. She does get one thing though. She does get a pulse bomb from like close to 0%. She does get a pulse bomb, but I don't think she'll be feeling that pleased with. Beautiful play by Robin.
Robin now with Dragon Blade slices up Tamper. This is a very good stagger kill, but it might be, it's like it was a Dragon Blade though, so they won't have the Dragon Blade for a while. They only have a minute left in their engage, so you might question why he used the Dragon Blade there to get the Soldier 76.
I also question, just like you, Dux, I question why he... I don't know why he did use that Dragon Blade there, because now they're gonna have to fight off a Sound Barrier aided engage with nothing. Oh wow, that pick. Well, they will have a little bit more time to build their own.
Sound Barrier now on to 5 though. So this is engagement Absolute is looking for. They also have the Tack Visor. So maybe we do see Falling Star now backing off slowly, but they actually take too long to decide. And the DMEC is there onto the Diva of Raishinsi. Lioncraft just beats up the Mercy. Kronos pops the Rocket Barrage as well, but this isn't a fight Falling Star wants. They're actually in a disadvantage, but they still actually get the kills. I mean, numbers wise, they were in a disadvantage. And Robin Max with a Dragon Blade right there, using it on Tamper again. I think he has issues against Tamper there. Now slicing up DMEC. The Korean budget is gonna be gone now. Self-destruct though from the red team. Lioncraft gets a kill there. On the Raishinsi, there is a Transcendence from the Zenyatta of red, and 10 seconds remaining. Falling Star did struggle in that push, popping all their ultimates with not enough effectivity. And this might be it, ladies and gentlemen. Banky with the Desperation Prime Rage, but it's not enough. And Pikmi is there, but he falls as well. There is a Moira now, but he gets paid to the point. And with that, Falling Star's chances to take the Muddy do fade away.
Falling Star made an absolute mistake there. See what I did there? But Falling Star's mistake was that they put 3 people on the board and they tried to push it in all the way. They should have reset, push it as close as possible. But when they see they don't have the spawn advantage, pull back. So we're gonna see POTG here by Robin Max on the second point. Robin have the Blade. It's gonna get what? Quad kill. Gets the Diva, gets the Zen, gets the Lucio, gets the Widow, even goes for the Winston, and actually gets the Winston. And we do see the Diva bomb flying out. That Diva bomb right there.
Remember when we were talking about Robin Max's questionable ult there at the start? Yep. He did prove us wrong a bit though with the really fast Dragon Blade. So of course sometimes it's like, why do you use the ult? But then you get it so fast anyway, so everyone just forgets about it.
So we do have from Kadara, we do have a couple of we do know that Temple played 4 different heroes this map: Pharah, McCree, Widowmaker, Soldier 76. So a little bit of a flex, lots of flex coming on here. We do see a lot of different DPS being played in the last 3 games. So even in the last 6 teams, we see everyone trying out not just one fixed comp, not just Genji Tracer all the way, not just Tracer 76. We do see many different DPS being played between Falling Star and Absolute. So yeah, great, really interesting, really exciting, match just off the flex alone.
Dude, I really expected Absolute to do like steamroll this much more, but Falling Star with such a good engage, it's such a good contest. Sadly, they fell us short, but we are gonna be going to our game 2 in just a few minutes. 7 players did not swap heroes at all in that fight. In that whole match, you guys actually know maybe Adela was one. The Tracer was a constant in the Numbani match, as well as the tanks. I don't think the tanks did switch. Pikmi was still on the Mercy for most of it. I'm not sure if he was the one who switched to the Moira in the end.
It actually slips my mind as well. I will have to go through that again, but yeah. Yeah, so great play there by Falling Star. I just like what you said. I think we both expected Absolute with the more one-sided fight, but I think both Falling Star and Absolute both played really tremendously well. We saw Robin Max and Kronos, not just Robin Max. This is not just a one-man show. This is Robin and Kronos with, the duo DPS influences being all over the place. Robin on the ground with the blade, Kronos in the air. This beautiful play by both DPS on Falling.
Yeah, so I just want to ask, can anyone actually tell me what the supports names are for Absolute, because I just feel bad, like Red Zen, Red Lucio. It's like I can't read Korean, man. Like, does anyone actually know what those names are?
So we are going to be looking into Kings Row, and we will be looking out at Twitch chat. I mean, we will be looking at you, Twitch chat. We want to know what these Korean. We would like to know what these Korean words are, and I would like to have some time maybe to Google, but I think we're going to be going into the next round, Kings Row, soon. Yes.
Kings
And I
Row,
hope-
the
what do you think, Dex? Because I mean, Kings Row is a classic death ball comp, right? I mean, you're
Yeah.
gonna see Orisa. Maybe we will see Ryan. Maybe we'll see Orisa. We probably won't see Dive, but that's also possible in Kings Row, depending on whether you're comfortable with the comp. So, what do you think?
Dude, from the money, I can see that both teams are actually comfortable with the Pharmacy, and Kings Row is also a common fire map till around like third checkpoint, also a common sniper map. So maybe it's not going to be a battle of the DPS in this one, because the DPS have proven to be more or less equal between the two teams, especially for Falling Star. The DPS is actually the highlight of their team. So it might actually go down to how the tanks are going to play here on Kings Row.
Or if we are lucky enough, we might see a Widow battle coming up from Robin, Max, and Adele, two of like the carries of each team. So I would like to see that. I'd like to see who is the better Widow maker and what better to do that than first point Kings Row.
Yeah, of course we're gonna actually spot that out. That's gonna be the highlight of the match. But it is gonna be, I feel like it's gonna be all down to the tanks as well. Since it is gonna be a Widow fight, it don't, or looks like Rob Max is gonna switch to the Soldier 76. But still, it's a hit scan fight. And the tanks will be the ones trying to protect the teams. And we will see how they're actually gonna get, when they're gonna go engage, when they're gonna go protect. And I've seen how Absolute plays their tanks a little more protecty in the sense. I've seen Lioncraft play a bunch due to his history here in the Philippines, and in the meantime with Falling Star, they're a little more aggressive, if you notice, with their dive. So we'll see now how they're gonna run a death ball instead. So in the meantime, based on my previous experience and previous knowledge, maybe I'll give this to Absolute due to the tank play. But I can be proven wrong. They might actually play a really good death ball.
Well. I'll back Absolute to win as well. But I'm wondering why they're playing an Anna instead of a Moira. Because from what I've seen, I've rarely seen Moira in this map. Because Kings Row is such a tight map on the first point. It's really hard for Anna to rotate backward. Maybe if Anna was played in season 4, season 5.
Yeah.
But in the current season, in the current meta, we do see more Lucio Moira than Lucio Anna.
I think they really want to go for that Nano Blade, because Stamper is all the Genji instead, so there is no Widowmaker right now. In the meantime though, Absolute just straight onto the point. Biotic Grenade is there, so that's what the Ana is for as well. The healing will be amplified now, and the Sleep Dart onto the Kronos, it doesn't even get anyone, yo.
One of the things we realize is like how fast the Reinhardt shield breaks, how fast Banky shield breaks, because on the other side, Kronos does have, there's a difference in damage, right? We have a Junkrat on one side and no Junkrat on the other.
But in the meantime, Lioncraft doing work, taking down the Junkrat and the Reinhardt, all Falling Star. Infrasight is there from Adela as well, who switched. And now we do see the Soldier 76 is the next target.
No. Why would you sleep a Moira but not follow up on the and wake up?
Sorry, I was actually shocked. I was gonna say something like Adela is gonna get some shots from the Soldier, but then he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna grapple it," and I was just like, "Oh, okay, whoa there." But yeah, in the meantime, it wasn't enough there from Falling Star. Robin Max didn't get the kills they need because Lioncraft was there to protect the point, and Lioncraft was the one who initiated those 2 kills. Very good play there from the Reinhardt so far. In the meantime, Lioncraft already with an Earth Shatter tried to go for Raishinsi, but Banky B with the charge onto the Lioncraft Reinhardt due to the the trap rather from Kronos, and now Riptide comes in. Will not go for the Genji, instead it goes for the supports, but it actually doesn't get any kills.
That's the second time Raishi has been slipping, right? He's just slipping on duty. And I know Lioncraft wanted the charge, but he keeps stepping into the trap. So every single time Raishi is slipping, he just doesn't have a chance to charge the slap person.
In the meantime, Absolute giving no chance there to Falling Star. That's what I was talking about. The Nano Blade coming out from Tamper even cancels out the sound barrier from Pikmi. Pikmi took a little too long to be in the air, gets sliced up in half. Instead, the DJ loses his skates and his life in that engagement.
Let's take a look at the previous fight. Let's see what happened. And there we go. Anyway, it's going to be the Reinhardt fight against Reinhardt again, but we do have something really special. We do have Mischu with the Graviton, and we're going to see how he plays this Graviton into the midst of the other team.
Looks like
There
there is the Graviton Surge gets most of the enemy team. Falling Star. Oh, Adela there with the Deadeye, and this is the kills. Absolute is looking for Earth Shatter as well from Lioncraft coming out. Charge though from the Blue Reinhardt. It might not be up. Robin Max is in the backline, gets a kill onto the Lucio, but the payload has been captured already. So Robin Max with a good play, but a little too late as the payload was already captured, and Red Team's Absolute will have their responses right there.
I mean, I felt Robin Max could have used Tactical Visor a little bit earlier. I know he was trying to get that Tactical Visor to kill someone. He wanted a better opportunity, but sometimes the Tactical Visor could be used to just zone, make sure the enemy make the enemy play more defensively because you are using your Tactical Visor. So definitely, I agree that the Tactical Visor was a little bit too late because he wanted more value out of it, but in the end, he didn't get any value at all because they lost the fight.
Yeah. Especially when the checkpoint is there, you know the spawn is gonna be right there. It's kind of pointless to waste your ultimates. And Mishu actually drops. Pikmi actually falls down due to the right click coming out from the Zarya. Deadeye now popped by Adela on the payload itself. You might be use it to shatter. Oh, the barrier is shattered and the payload's already captured.
That was insane. Mishu is getting 2 Gravitons for every single one that Raishi is getting. So that's one of the mark of a great Zarya, right? You get outcharged so fast that you get a lot of outcharge. You get a lot of charge, and then you get like 100 charge and you're just zapping everyone and you're getting Grav every 1 minute. Because Graviton is one of the strongest ultimate in the game. And if you can get a Graviton every a minute, every 40 seconds to a minute, that is a crazy boost. That's an insane amount of influence, because it means that every fight you will have that Graviton there. Whether you have any other ultimates, you will have at least the Graviton. And Graviton alone, in lots of cases, is enough to clinch the fight.
Yeah, so especially that in the last fight though, what I noticed was Adela popped the Deadeyes, of course, Banky Beaky putting up the shield as per usual, but then Absolute just going in for the shatter of the shield, and the Reinhardt does fall, so no one was on the payload, and uncontested, the payload just reaches.
We do have Twitch chat telling us that the Ana name is Sky, like it's pronounced T-N or something, but it means Sky. We can call him Sky from now on. Okay. But the Lucio player, they don't know. They're like, we're not. I think like, I'm not gonna bother finding out why there's like 6 left. So yeah.
So from our Statsman calendar run, the only player who swapped heroes that round was Adela from Widowmaker to the McCree. Yeah, that's what I noticed when he switched in the second checkpoint, I believe, switching to the McCree there.
We do have like a quad tank. I mean, it's a triple tank comp, but I count Mei as a tank as well. 250 HP, the ability to make yourself an invincible block. I think that qualifies you as a tank as well. Okay, now we will really have 4 tanks. So 4 tanks with a Mercy and Moira. I don't think the Mercy pickup is... yeah, he's going to switch to Lucio. I think the Lucio is a lot better when you're playing 4 tanks because you want that mobility to muscle your way in, and Mercy just doesn't get that, just doesn't give you that amount of influence and power pushing through the space required.
Yeah, I agree. So just a quick heads up to everyone. The main pick was actually to get everyone onto the second floor instead, or third floor rather, due to the ice wall. But oh, the charge connects straight onto Mishu. The bubble was a little too late, but really good healing there. Coming in from Sky, Diana doing some work. There is a deflect also from Tamper, and Tamper is going to go in for those 2 strikes. The Moira now fading away, trying to get back into position. Another charge right there, but Adela with the flash of cancels is out. So this might be Absolute fight right here. But in the meantime, really good positioning here from Absolute.
Look at Mishu outcharge. That's 44%. He got the last 30% in. I was counting. He got it in the last 3-4 seconds. So he got 30% outcharge in 3-4 seconds. Look at Mishu. That's insane. So we're gonna be seeing Mishu with the Graviton very soon. I think he's gonna get it before 3 minutes actually. But we're gonna see. Yeah, we're gonna see what he does. He actually do the Graviton.
But even more impressive was Adela. Deadeye was really fast since his 4th tank anyway. He got so many hits, but Robin Max has switched to the Widowmaker and takes down the McCree.
Finally, but Adele is no longer Widow. Adele is not Widow now. So,
there's a Widow now. Maybe Adela will switch to Widow as well. No, the McCree is still there. So Robin Max now will have free reign to get some shots onto Absolute, provided that the barrier of Lioncraft is shattered. But now Tamper with a Dragon Blade onto the Cinema. This might be the cinematic experience Tamper is looking for. Now slicing around, going for the Diva mech, but it doesn't get any kills. Fairytune is there. Oh, Banky Beaky with his Earth Shatter cancelled, and Mishu now ready with the Graviton Surge, not using it, going straight onto the statue of Mandata. Nano Boost is there onto the Reinhardt, and Lioncraft is going out getting those kills that Absolute is needing. Robin Max though takes down Mishu. Very good play so far from Absolute, however.
I think Pickup make the right call. In the graph, I was wondering whether Pikmi would actually use his sound barrier, but he actually kept his sound barrier. So Falling Star kept their sound barrier for the next fight, and I thought that was a great decision. Because too many Lucios, even in the top level of the top level games in Overwatch League, they have to make a snap decision whether they the enemy has enough follow-up damage for the Graviton, and sometimes they use it, sometimes they don't, and sometimes even top teams make a mistake. So I thought it was great play there that Pickup didn't choose to use the Sound Barrier. They will have a Sound Barrier for this right next fight.
Yeah, and RobbieMax with those 3 picks already giving a good position here for Falling Star. But Adela now has switched to his Widow as well. There is a Hoko. So both Widowmakers have fallen. Really good hook there from Chrono. Sound Barrier now popped out from Absolute side. And Raishinsi though gets to. Smoothhog is there as well. Onto Tamper. Tamper trying to deflect. It might not be enough though. And we do see Falling Star has been able to capture the point here in just a bit with around 4 minutes for their time bank.
Pretty good time by Falling Star. They have a strong chance of completing the map with the current time they have, but definitely they are a little bit they're going to be a little bit disadvantaged because yeah, Absolute has 4 minutes 34 seconds, but they will first of all they have to focus. They have to complete this map first before they talk about the time bank. So they're going to be looking at the first point hold. They're going to be holding it up. No, are they going to fall back to Bookstore?
Okay, so Adela with the kill there onto RobbieMax. I'll actually mention it later because chat is giving us the names. Banky Beaky though, where the Earth Shatter doesn't connect onto anyone except the Genji Coalescence is there, however, from Fairtooth. And this is the engagement. Falling Star wants to charge connecting onto Lioncraft. The bar is now a engagement area and the Zarya does fall. Mishu has fallen and 3 of Absolute has to retreat. So I'm just saying, the chat says the honest name is Taip. And Lucio's name is Dodong Sasa Noon Jace.
Dongsa? Okay, let's call him Dongsa then. But look at Mishu. Mishu has his grab once again. So let's take a look at how Mishu uses his grab. He would definitely want to use his grab. They need to stop the fight here, and nothing better than a grab would actually. A grab would combo with Dragon Blade very, very well. So Mishu wants the grab, and they want to Dragon Blade combo it. That's why Tempo is holding on to that blade. And the grab? No? Yes? Maybe?
Yeah. No, just they don't actually need it. The Dong with his Soundbar used to actually go for that engagement, and that's pretty much what they use beyond the Earth Shatter. So very good saving here from Team Absolute. Ult Economy might be in their corner here right now.
Absolute has so much options now because they could go for the Nano Blade next fight, or they could go for the Graph and Blade, or they could just go for the Graph, right? So they have many options, and how they play for the next fight will determine how many outs they need to use. Because if they play this well, I think they only need to use 1 or 2 ultimates and keep the rest of the ultimates for subsequent fights.
Yeah, I agree. And Adele now switched to the Reaper due to the engagement from the Lucio and the Reinhardt. They're able to get to space for the switch. Especially in the second checkpoint, it's a very tight corner. The Reaper will do so much work and do so much damage with the Graviton. Now the Nano Blade.
A Nano Blade. They don't want to use the Graph. Are they going to be able to get anything of this Nano Blade? It doesn't sound like because it's going to be Coalescence and Sound Barrier.
Really good counterplay there from Falling Star, and now there is a self-destruct coming out from the side of the blue team. We do see now Banky Beaky going against Lioncraft, and this is an engagement that Falling Star wants, but Adela is there to shut down all these aspirations right now. Raishinsi gets Team Mech. Adela does some of that damage, and Death Blossom is available. Graviton Surge is there as well, and Absolute will hold on to this. Wow.
There was a lightning fast. There was a lightning fast Death Blossom coming out from the side of Reaper because Reaper only just swapped. So let's take a look at the fight previously. We're going to get a replay running and we're going to see what exactly happened. But there was a lightning fast out charge coming out from the side of Adele. That was how they followed up with the Graviton. I thought they would have no follow-up at first. Then I saw Adele got his out so fast that they're going to have the Death Blossom to actually use it follow-up.
Adela was really good at getting those ultimates, especially on the McCree a while ago. Now the Reaper, but RobbieMax is there to cut him down with the Swift Strike, and the Dragon Blade has been popped, but the Sound Barrier coming from Didong will actually counter this out. In the meantime, Falling Star is able to start pushing the payload. Payload is almost there, but here comes the contest now from Absolute. The Reinhardt though has been charged, and both Reinhardt are gonna fall! Thanks to the Sleep Dart, but Kronos is there now with the whole hog, and this is gonna be Falling Star's capture.
Coco would have been proud, my friend. Coco would have been proud. But wow. So we're gonna get a replay running. That thing deserves to be seen like twice. No, twice.
5 times, dude. 5 times.
Oh god, that's insane.
The Reinhardt charge Sleep Dart just taking both of them down. No way in, no way out for both players.
Both Reinhardt's gonna get it out. So let's take a look at who's gonna land the Battle Shatter.
Lioncraft already with the Battle Shatter. Right there, and Tamper with a Dragon Blade as well. So 2 ultimates coming in from Absolute, cutting down 4 of Falling Star, and here comes the D-Mech. Will we see a stagger? Yes, we do, until Lioncraft swipes him with the Rocket Hammer.
I was gonna say like, hey, what are you doing, Robin? You're gonna stagger, but he actually managed to get away pretty safely. So, oh, I see. Now he gets away. So So there's going to be
Yeah.
no stagger on the side of Falling Star. They're going to be able to fight really quickly once again after that failed attack, after that great shatter by Lioncraft. So there's
Yeah.
a couple of change coming out. Chrono's going to go back to
And Earthshatter now from Baki and Robin with his Dragon Blade as well. So here comes Falling Star with the same combination and doing the same amounts of work that Absolute did a while ago, getting 3. And Adela now does fall, and here comes the push coming in from Falling
And
Star.
even though it looks so good for Falling Star, it's not the end yet because Mishu's gonna get his Graviton soon, and they have everything. They have Graviton, they have Blade, they have Shatter.
Ooh, Champer gets
Just have
staggered
to
there.
find
though.
an opportunity to use all this in the right sequence, even though it's a 5 versus 6. They can do it. They actually
Yeah.
can do it.
Here comes now the engagement. You're quite right there. But now Adela is there to shut this out with the Death Blossom getting to. And we now do see Coalescence coming in from Fairytune. It's kind of desperation one, however. Trying to keep everyone topped up. It might be a waste instead. And Piggy does fall down the small hole. And Absolute will be pushing Falling Star back. Kind of questionable ult there coming in from Fairytune. No Coalescence will come out there in this engagement. A desperation cluster there. But no, Absolute will win this.
And then even though it's a 2-0, I gotta say that was not what I was expected. I was expecting a one-sided fight. That was not one-sided at all. So even though the scoreline was 2-0, 2-0 is not accurate to show what chaos went down on the street of Kings Row.
Yeah, dude. If you want to see a more accurate score, you check out the scoreboard itself. It's like Absolute did get the full caps, and Falling Star was just so close there, so very close. They could have actually gotten a second round and maybe taken a map win, but yeah, Absolute does take the series 2-0. Or
Don't
right?
start with the 26 sound barrier. I'm calling out Dongsa because I feel like I didn't even use his name at all the whole match. So now I can actually practice about Dongsa, right? The 26
Dude,
sound barrier there, I definitely vital to the team. Yeah, Lucios are so important in when you are playing a Reinhardt and a Xayah or speed boost. When you speed boost, how you aim, how fast you get your barrier, how to use your boop, all these are vital to helping your Reinhardt actually succeed with the shatter, with the damage.
Yeah. So if you actually notice how I pronounced the Dongsa,
Dongsa?
I was like so Western about D-Dong. I was like, what the?
I did
But-
take like level 1 Korean, but yeah, that's just mean that's like almost nothing.
Dude,
So,
at least you know
Dongsa,
how
I
to
think.
pronounce it.